The Ugandan socio-political landscape has been set ablaze by high-stakes controversy involving academia, national security, and constitutional law. At the center of the storm is Professor Lawrence Muganga, the Vice-Chancellor of Victoria University, whose vetting processes and legal status have triggered intense scrutiny. What began as an administrative review has rapidly escalated into an expansive public debate regarding parliamentary confidentiality, foreign espionage allegations, and the delicate legal framework governing dual citizenship. This breakdown explores the interconnected layers of a developing scandal that has captivated Ugandan citizens and lawmakers alike. This was sparked by secret recording allegations. The controversy erupted following allegations that Professor Lawrence Muganga secretly recorded high-level government officials, including the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, during official Parliamentary Appointments Committee proceedings. Now, foreign agent allegation has been there. Social media commentators like Ka, Melon, Namere have raised severe national security concerns, questioning if Muganga could be acting as a foreign agent. There is also the looming question. As stated in the public sphere, the core anxiety remains deeply structural. If Muganga could secretly record the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayebwa, he is likely a foreign agent. He is probably recorded several other government officials too, including the president. The real question is, who has been receiving his recordings?
Anyway, woshime kuba member wadize nk'abadyu konka kankugambire kibaho muri jo mu komite babonaga mu mutomwe obabanza bayangamo and now you're that person. Last time it was kaboyo so kakaza no kujya no wanyije etera akore nikimwe ibugambire muzeyi ndikime kuba member wadize nk'abadyu konka kankugambire kibaho muri jo mu komite babonaga mu mutomwe obabanza and now you're that person. Last time it was kaboyo so kakaza no kujya no wanyije etera akore nikimwe ibugambire muzeyi
ndi munyiva angwe.
And that is the audio that Muganga earlier on promised to release. The promise in a part of a statement that I will read for you, where he said, we have it on record. First of all, we start by Honorable Kabanda. With due respect, I must set the record straight. I do not hold a Rwandan passport. This is a deliberate falsehood introduced by Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, and the truth must be told. So he goes there to say, we have it on record. Honorable Thomas Tayebwa's onwards, in every vetting session, we have to fail someone. And this time, it had to be you. Dr. Muganga, read that again. This rejection was decided before the process even began. It was never about passports, qualifications, or integrity. It was personal, it was calculated, it was discriminatory, and in due course, we shall release the audio that proves it. Stay tuned. So that is exactly how he promised, and the previous audio is exactly what he released, mixed in English and some local language which I can't identify.
They say you were Rwandan and go back to Rwanda. By the way, beyond the constitutional court, we have another option. If this matter of Banyarwanda is not solved, trust me, prepare yourself for M23 in Uganda. Yes, all options are not ruled out. By the way, if we want us to go back to Rwanda, we should go back with our land.
So the previous video has resurfaced online where Frank Gashumba was threatening the government of Uganda. I don't know if it's the government of Uganda or the Ugandans, that if the rights of the Banyarwanda, we don't know what rights exactly, if it's not respected, that he can bring M23 rebels in Uganda. Now, I don't want to talk about anything concerning that one, but one thing I want to say is, if Frank Gashumba brings that M23 rebel, finally the unity that we are looking for, the unity between the Acholi, Baganda, Banyankole, Teso, Lubara, Now, the Batoro, Mofombira, Basoga, Mushiga, Uganda would unite. Actually, they bring out that rebel would act as a blessing in disguise, and it would cause unity. So that's something I'm very sure will happen. Uganda will unite. But moving forward, the second thing is the breach of parliamentary vetting rules. Former Member of Parliament Honorable Samuel Odonga strongly weighed the legality of the situation, clarifying how the Appointments Committee strictly operates. First of all, the confidentiality mandate. Drawing from his 10-year tenure on the Appointments Committee, Honorable Otto emphasized that all proceedings must remain tightly confidential until a final report is delivered directly to the President and the Parliament. Secondly, the violations. Otto called out the Kabanda for violating parliamentary rules and directly explicitly told Professor Muganga that recording the proceedings is entirely unlawful. Well, the third thing we can't leave out is the citizenship and foreign land renunciation field. A parallel legal battle is being fought over Professor Muganga's nationality, as you already know, specifically regarding his dual Ugandan-Rwandan status. The Rwandan law requirements, the Kabanda publicly challenged the legitimacy of Professor Muganga's citizenship status. According to Kabanda, renouncing Rwandan citizenship legally requires a formal written application, the Director General of Immigration and Migration of Rwanda, followed by cabinet approval, a formal certificate, and publication in the Gazette. The URSB loophole. Kabanda leaked a statutory declaration showing that Muganga attempted to renounce his Rwandan citizenship via the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, that's URSB, labeling the domestic approach as fraudulent, and is correct and legally invalid for international renunciation. He analyzed this, he analogized it marrying someone's daughter before a lawyer without visiting the parents. Now the defense, on the same thread, Professor Venantius Bermereva countered that these arguments are irrelevant and should have been finalized during the vetting timeline. So the broader national fallout, identity and law, the fallout from this specific case has reopened intense, deep-seated debates regarding ethnic identity, land rights, and national defense laws across Uganda. The Banyarwanda identity debate, Honorable Odonga remarked that the appointment and subsequent disappointment surrounding the office of the VC has awakened ethnic consciousness regarding the Banyarwanda identity within Uganda, sparking street-level debates over granting citizenship to groups without historical territory or land. Regret over dual citizenship laws. Honorable Otto expressed deep regret on behalf of the legislative body, stating that the parliament made a mistake when passing the law of dual citizenship. And he went ahead to talk about the national security threat scenario. Dr. Otto presented a worrying hypothetical question regarding conflicting loyalties in a time of crisis. Suppose war breaks between two countries where the lying Minister of Defense or Internal Affairs holds dual citizenship. What happens? Now I got the answer. Dual citizens cannot hold offices which they are barred from, so the war wouldn't affect. As I finalize, what started as a localized dispute over a university leader's appointment has evolved into a profound examination of Ugandan institutional integrity and constitutional law, the intersection of alleged secret recordings within parliamentary walls, and the intricate, unresolved questions of dual nationality expose vulnerabilities in national security and immigration policy. As top political figures, legal experts, and citizens continue to clash over ethnic identity, sovereignty, and legislative oversight, this case will likely serve as a turning point for how Uganda handles the sensitive balance between regional integration and national security moving forward. And it is clear, Muganga is not correct is trying to leverage on ethnic issue to override constitutional law. The key point is provide proof that Rwanda or Canada replied to you in a document approving your renunciation. Thank you.